booze, it's your girl Shanti, and I'm back with another video for you guys. By the title today, I'm going to be telling you guys how I took my ex-best friend man. But before we get in the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So let's get to it. Before I tell y'all all the little juicy details and things like that, I'm gonna give y'all a back story on how we even became best friends in the first place. So in 2017, I was a freshman in high school, and my very first day of school, I saw this girl, Jay. We're gonna name my ex-best friend Jay. So I saw Jay, and when she saw me, she was like, "Oh my god, you're so pretty, and I like your book bag." And I was like, "Oh, thank you very much, you're cute too." And she was like, "You can hang out with me, you know, me and my cousin at lunch and things like that if you got nobody to sit with." So I'm like, okay, cool. So ever since that day, me and her became best friends. Like, we was with each other every day, all day, no matter what. Like in school, you seen us together. It was me and her, okay? So one day in my 8th period class, I saw this boy, and he was dark skinned, he had hair, and he had tattoos, and we gonna name him F. So when I saw F, I was like, damn, like he fine, like gotta have him. So I'm saying that to myself, right? Then out of nowhere, he started giving people his Snapchat. So, you know, everybody in class will start doing the same thing. So everybody like, this is my Snapchat, this is my Snapchat, this is my Snapchat. So I'm looking like, okay, well, this is my Snapchat too. So, you know, me and him would exchange Snapchats and things like that. And I was like, okay, cool. After that period, we went home. But then I didn't text him, he didn't text me. So the next day I went to school, and it was lunchtime, and I was sitting by Jay and her cousins or whatever. The boy F, he walked past. Then Jay, she say, "Oh, he's so fine, like he's so fine." I'm like, "Yeah, he cute." And she was like, "Yeah, I got him on Facebook." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I been having my eye on F. Like, I didn't say nothing. I was just like, "Okay," you know. I didn't really want to say nothing, so I was like, "Okay," you know. Even though I had my eye on him first, but anyways, I was like, "Okay, that's cool." Me and my ex-best friend, Jay, we joined the dance team. Now, we saw F, and he was on the basketball team. Like, we didn't know that he was on the basketball team. I don't even know why I'm still blushing about this, because it's like... But anyway, we done with practice, we just standing in like the hallways, whatever. We seen F, he finna go home. So my best friend, Jay, she was like, "Hey F, can I get a hug?" And I'm just standing there looking like, and he gave her a hug. And I'm like, She was like, "Thank you, you smell good." He was like, "Thank you," and then he walked off. So I'm just looking like, and then she's like, "Girl, why you looking like that?" I'm like, "Nothing." I'm like, none. After that day, like a week later, she said that F was playing with her and things like that. So she was gonna talk to his homie, and she started talking to R. So she stopped talking to F because F wasn't taking her serious. He didn't really want her for real. So she started talking to his homie, R. So, you know, me, I'm like, okay. So one day, F-Pad posted his dogs on his Snapchat, and I swiped up and I was like, "Oh, your dogs are so cute." And then he was like, "Thank you." He was like, "You cute too," or whatever. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "Oh, okay, he think I'm cute." Okay, because I've been thinking he was cute. So I told him like, "Oh, you cute too." Then he was like, "You talk to somebody?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "You talk to somebody?" He was like, "No." And then I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, me and him was texting like all day, like all day we was texting. So the next day I went to school, and I told my best friend, I told Jay, I was like, I was texting F yesterday, and she was like, "F?" I was like, "Yeah, I was texting F." And then she was like, how you was texting F and you know me and him just talk? And I'm like, y'all didn't even talk for real. Like, baby, y'all was talking for like a week, like literally. And he was like, she was the one that like was pushing up on him. Like, he didn't want her for real. So even though I feel like I ain't gonna say nothing, I'm just wait till the end to tell y'all how I feel now, me looking back at what I have done, what I did, and I don't really think it's right. But I ain't gonna tell y'all what I think. I'm gonna just wait until like the story end. So she was like, but still, I'm like, do you care? She was like, no, not really. I'm just saying, like, I'm just playing. Like, I really don't care, but it's just kind of weird or whatever. And I'm like, girl, it's like not that serious. Like, she was like, you're right, because I like this homie better anyway. So I'm like, okay, cool. Me and F start dating probably like a couple weeks later. Me and him started dating, and my best friend, I told my best friend about, like, she really didn't care though. Like, she's like, okay. When I told my best friend that me and F was dating, she told me that she really didn't care, right? I'm assuming she went back to her cousin and told her cousin something about me. So, you know, ever since that day I told her I was dating F, every time I go to lunch with them, sit down with them, because the cousin, big self, sit with us, she used to like slide down. Like, she didn't really used to sit in a group with us no more. So I'm looking like, why she don't sit with us no more? Like, and Jay, she was like, I don't know, like, I don't know, it's like she been acting weird towards me, da da da. And I'm sitting there like, I'm just sitting there scratching my head like what's going on? Like, I know now your cousin wanna sit apart from us since I told you I started dating F. Jay said, I'm gonna ask my cousin why she like don't talk to her like you like that. When lunch was over, she went to go talk to her cousin and I went to class. So as I'm walking to class, whatever, I sit down. She took a while to even come back to class. So Jay come into class, she walked past me, ain't say nothing. So I'm looking like, why she ain't say nothing? Like, I'm just looking like, why she ain't say nothing? So I turned around, I'm like, Jay, like, what did your cousin say? And she said, this is her exact words. My cousin said she don't like it. And I'm like, okay, she don't have to like me. Like, and I had got a little bit bug, I ain't gonna lie. Because I'm like, okay, she don't have to like me. Like I'm saying to myself, like, this is what I was saying to myself at that moment. I was saying to myself, like, Jade must have told her cousin something about me for her not to like me. Like, so I'm like, okay, whatever, you don't have to like me. She's like, girl, you ain't gotta do all that. I'm not even doing a lot, to be honest. Like, she don't have to like me, she don't have to like me. And then she goes to say, oh, we can't be best friend no more either. I'm like, okay. She removed my name because my name was best friend in her messenger. So she removed it, and I seen the shit, and so I removed it too. Class was ending, she left the classroom. She went her way and I went my way. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you know, nobody gotta like me, nobody gotta like me. Now we get home, she making posts on Facebook, like she making all sneak diss posts. So I'm just sitting there like, what did I do to her? Like, is you mad because I'm dating F? Like, you said you didn't care, and then y'all wasn't even talking to each other for real. Next morning, I had made a post on Snapchat. Now, I wasn't going to school that day because I had to watch my sister. So I made a post on Snapchat, and she saw it. And she was in the gym room with her cousin while she looked at my story. She's gonna text me on Snapchat, like, with the little voice thing. She said, who you talking about? Ain't nobody worried about you. Bogus. You know I like that F, and you always treating me mean, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I do not treat you mean. Like, this, like, I do have an attitude problem, but I was like really never mean to you. Like, girl, calm down. Like, you doing extra. This is like, you don't treat me like a best friend, and then out of nowhere, her cousin, she let her cousin get the phone. So I said, yeah, you fake as hell. You stuck up. You gonna talk to F. That Jay like him. And I'm just sitting there like, first of all, yo fat, stop talking to me. Yeah, she was fat. She wanna turn around and say some personal stuff about me, and only Jay knew that personal stuff. So I'm like, I knew this. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I knew this. B told her cousin some stuff about me, because ain't no way she know half of that stuff. And I had a conversation with only you. I'm like, you fat and da da da. I was like, girl, you been effing since you was like in 8th grade. Girl, you dumb. You ain't supposed to be a freshman. I'm going off on her. You know, and they saying stuff about me like, oh, you lost your da 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 to a boy, da da da. Yo, you only 14, da 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 da, right? So, you know, me and I'm going back and forth. Like, if he had my password, so he he said something. He was like, y'all ain't on nothing, da 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 da. Like, he said something smart to him. Like, when I tell you, like, that boy was riding for me. It was riding for me. So he said something to them or whatever, and then they said something smart back to him. Someone was like, oh, you know, you like that for real. La, la, la. So I'm sitting there like, okay, whatever. Ain't no pressure though. So and she left me on scene. What they whoop. A couple weeks later, me and F still dating. And Jay, she's still posting slick stuff. She's still mean mugging me when I'm in the hallway. She still got her little cousin, her little clique. Now she in like a little clique. So she still got the mean mugging me and all that. She got all the mean mugging me. You know, she got all the mean mugging me. But you know what? I didn't care. You know, I didn't care. I didn't have no friends in it because when I first got in there, she was my only friend. Like, she was my only friend. And I wasn't even open to even having more friends. So yeah, she was my only friend. So I was laying sitting by myself at lunch. And you know what? I wasn't scared either because mama ain't raised no, mama ain't raised no, But yeah, I wasn't scared though. So I was like, okay, whatever. You can mug me all you want to. You can talk stuff all you want to. You can roll your eyes at me all you want to. But guess what? Ain't nobody gonna touch me. And guess what? Ain't nobody touch me, bro. Ain't nobody touch me. She had like 6 people in her group, folks. 6 females that didn't like me. They didn't even know me. They were just mugging me, all type of stuff. But ain't nobody touch me. So like hella attention like between me and her. It's like hella attention. Me and her got like 3 classes together. So it's like always attention every time we step in the classroom with each other. So one day I'm ready to fight. Like, I don't know why I wanted to fight that day, but I'm ready to fight that day. Like, I had my music playing, like my fight music playing. I was ready to start walking the classroom playing my fight music, whatever. Sit down in the front, you know, sit down in the front. And this boy, he was sitting in front of me. And he was talking to me about Jay, saying that Jay was talking stuff about me and stuff like that. And I was telling him, like, I don't care. She can talk about me all she wants. She's mad. She's jealous. Whoop, whoop. So Jay walked in the classroom. She mugged me, whatever. I mug her ass back. She went to go sit down. And I'm just telling this because I'm like hyped. Because, like, why are you still talking about me? Like, you think I'm supposed to be scared? Like, girl, so I'm hyped, you know, just waiting for her to say something slick. Okay. She said something else about Jay, like what she said about me. And I said, I don't care. And I said loud, like, make sure she cared too. I'm like, I don't care. So he was like, okay, man, I'm just telling you. I'm like, okay, well, I don't care. And then she mumbled something on her breath, but I was paying her no attention. So I'm like, whatever. So the class ended. She already walked out the class already. So I'm walking behind her and he behind me walking. So she said something else and I was like, whatever. I said something like, I'm never scared or something like, I don't know what I said, but I said something smart. And she was like, this was Jay. She looked at me, she was like, what you say? And when I tell y'all everything I love, I'm like, is she talking to me? Is she trying to get buck with me? So I turned around, I'm like, I'm talking to you. I can't even be serious, y'all, because this is funny. I'm like, I'm talking to you. Like, I just got made out of nowhere. Because, like, I was already ready to fight. So I'm like, I'm talking to you. And she's like, no, you ain't talking to me. You ain't talking to me. And then I'm like, she's like, I am talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm like, no, you ain't talking to me. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? She then, like, when she really saw me, like, getting mad, she backed off. Because I was all in her face. She backed off. She was like, I'm not even gonna do this to you, Shanti. I'm not even gonna do it to you. Bro, she was a little bigger than me, so she thought she had one up on me. But size do not matter. Like, size do not matter, baby. And I was really bony and skinny in my freshman year. So, yeah, size don't matter, baby. Size don't matter. I get in the field with anybody. So, I'm like, girl, I'm like, B, I'm like, B, shut up. So, she's still walking away and I'm still talking. And people, they're just looking back like, everybody looking back like, dang, is that Shanti yelling like that? I'm like, I was like, you a hoe. And then everybody, oh. I was like, you a hoe. And then everybody like, oh. So she's like, oh, Shanti. hoe. She's like, I'm never a hoe. You stop talking to me. And she kept walking off. So I'm like, what you want to do? Because she kept talking. How you walking off and talking? I'm like, girl, you ain't like for real. You walking off and talking. So I'm like, what's up? Because you like, she like, you was talking all that stuff, but you keep walking away. Like, what you want to do? So I'm following her. This her. Keep walking. What you want to know? What you want to know? So she hurry up. Like, it seemed like she ran down the hallway. She like, literally, like she ran through the lunchroom doors. So I'm hurry up walking behind her. And then a crowd behind me started coming. Like, I'm looking like, well, I didn't care about the crowd. I was thinking about them. So it was like a big, when I tell you, it was a big crowd behind me. Like, it was like seniors. It was seniors, juniors, sophomores, even freshmen. Like, whole crowd behind my ass. So I'm walking. So as soon as I get in the lunchroom, you see the cute girl and you see the dean. I'm like, bitch, you scary. I'm like, be you scary? Like, you wanna go tell the dean? You wanna go tell the dean, bro? And then she started talking like she tried to act like she was tough behind this cute girl. I'm like, girl, you wasn't just acting like that when I was in your face, like. And then the dean was like, everybody go back to the room. Everybody go to the classroom. Everybody go to the classroom. Ain't nothing to happen. Everybody go to the classroom. So I'm just like, okay, well. I was still hyped. I was still arguing. I was still yelling. And the dean, she was like, you get all the people behind you. Da, 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 da. They were trying to make it seem like, oh, I was doing it for a crowd. But I was getting bucked with her before the crowd even came, though. Like, we was gonna be in fight before the crowd came. Like, come on, Aaron. Like, I didn't like that because they trying to make it seem like, oh, like the dean. It was like men of the dean, like, oh, da 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 da, baby. I wasn't getting bucked just because of the crowd. They came afterwards. I'm walking, like they came when I was following her. Like when I was walking, like speed walking. Somebody said something like, "Oh, she finna fight." That's when people start coming behind me. I didn't say, "Hey y'all, I'm finna fight." Like, no, it's never been that. Never need the crowd to watch. But yeah, she tried to make it seem like I was doing the crowd, whatever. And she's like, "Call your mama. I gotta sit home." She stayed at school. I gotta sit at home. She stayed at school. I gotta sit home because they tried to make it seem like, oh, I was picking on her. Like, it still makes me mad this day because they try to make it seem like it was my fault and it's my fault we started, but it wasn't. So I had to go sit home, call my mama. She was like, mom was like, what happened? And I was like, nothing really. Blah, blah, blah. So what happened? Blah, blah. Next day I went to school. I still had to went home because like I was still kind of hot. Because I still went home. We had a meeting. Still went home with the whoop. Okay, hold on. I'm going too fast. So while I was in the meeting, she said something. She was like, what she said? She's like, yeah, my cousin Ariana don't like her because she started talking to Elle and like she be mean to me, and like Ariana, like she always talking about Ashanti, like she always, I don't say her real name, I don't care. Yes, the cousin named Ariana. So she was like, yeah, Ariana, like she's always like talking about Ashanti, da 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 da. Like she's saying like she does Ashanti, like she's saying all this in the meeting. So I'm looking like, and then her mama said Ariana not even her real cousin. So all this time this girl was lying about Ariana being her real blood cousin. I'm saying like, so that's not your real cousin? Like all the time you make it like, yeah, that's my cousin, that's my cousin. No, that not even your real cousin. You just grew up with her. Like I don't like people like that. Like when I say my cousin, he's my cousin, blood cousin and all. I'm not finna just be calling him cousin because I grew up with him. No, I don't like people that do that. Like make it make sense. So I'm just saying like, oh dang, she lied about this too. Like she lied about this too. Let me seem like that this her cousin and it's not her cousin. So I'm like, okay, cool. So after that day, you know, she went her own way, I went my own way. She still had her little clique, I still had my little clique, and I was still with F, still with him. Yeah, still with him. And yeah, that's like but really happy, y'all. Like really happy. So after that day, like you know, like probably like 2 months, 3 months went past. Me and her became back friends, and like, you know, school's almost out, and even through like this program where you get paid to work during the summer at like our high school. So her and F was in the same program, and me and her was still like, me and her got back cool, whatever. And she was like, one day, like, she was at the program or whatever, and she was like, yeah, I just saw F, and he gave me a hug. Like, he came up to me and like, you want a hug, whatever, whatever. And I'm like, I'm saying to myself, like, why would you hug him? Like, you know that's my boyfriend, so why would you hug him? So she was like, girl, like, it's not serious, blah, blah, blah. Like, he just came up to me and asked for a hug. I'm sitting there like, no, your thirsty self. I'm saying to myself like, no, your thirsty self went to him and asked for a hug. Like, baby, I'm not stupid, you're thirsty. So I'll say like a couple weeks passed, whatever. Me and her got back into it, and I don't know why we got back into it, but we got back into it. And she said that's why F was trying to talk to me doing a little job thing at the school. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, that's why F was trying to talk to me. I was like, girl, so that's why you became back friends with me, to get your get back or whatever? She's like, you could say something like that. So I'm like, what? Like, what? That's what made me what happened. And me and F had broke up like a month later. Freshman year, Jay, my ex-best friend, we've been on and off. Like, I was just cool with her, y'all. Like, this is recently. I was just cool with her. I was just cool with Shorty, and when was I cool with her ass? Like a couple months ago, probably like in January, February. I was just cool with her like January, February. And I went out of my house, we went to the movies together. Alright, like I was just cool with her in January. Like on off for years. Like we've been on off for years, for like 4 or 5 years, bro. On and off. But me and F, I ain't never talking to that boy again. Never. Even when I was doing, bro, F, he still was trying to kick with me. Like, even when I was the junior, bro. But me and F, don't talk. Yeah, don't talk at all. Don't even follow the boy. Don't even know his social media page. Probably capping, but don't worry about that. But yeah, y'all, that's what happened on how I took my ex-best friend in. And he ended up cheating on me. Well, did he really cheat on me? Like, I don't know if he cheated on me for real. Like, I really don't know why we even broke up. I don't know if he cheated on me. I don't know. Like, I don't know if he cheated on me or not. That's what people said. People like, oh yeah, he cheated on you. But I never seen it. And like, yeah, he probably was. Because one day he didn't want me to see that phone. So he probably was, you know. I don't know. But yeah, we had broke up during the summertime. Yep, we had broke up. Well, because he was like, it's boring. Oh. He said, it's boring. Boy, you just want to do it. And then, y'all, this a whole nother different story. Because how, like, this, okay. I don't want to tell y'all too much because I probably make a story on how I lost my virginity. How I lost my, So I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too much, so I'm gonna keep quiet. But yeah, so I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel now that I'm older. I was 14 during that time when, you know, I took, you know, my ex-best friend. Man, I feel like it was childish. I should have said something. You know, I should have said I had my own first. I should have said something. And a lesson learned is never talk to your friend. You know, never talk to a nigga your friend used to talk to. Like, it always go wrong. Literally, it don't matter if you talk to me a day, a week, or whatever. 8th grade, I was talking to my friend's man. And 9th grade. It was only 2 years I did that. 2 years. After that year, I was not talking to none of my friend mans. None of them. And I just felt bad. Like, I don't know why I was doing that. Yeah. Like, when I was in 8th grade, y'all, okay, I'm just going off. When I was in 8th grade, my friend, she was dating this boy, K, and they broke up. And I started dating him. And then when he broke up, he started messing with her again. And then while he was messing with her, he was cheating on her with me. Like, that's why you do not mess with your friend. That's why you do not mess with boys your friends talk to. Like, just too messy, too mixy. And you know what? That boy was passed around like 3 times. He used to mess with L, he used to mess with A, and he used to mess with me. Like, but hey, me looking forward, I won't do that again. I won't talk to none of my friend mans, because that stuff not cool. Don't matter if they was talking to a day, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Don't matter. Not mess with them. It don't. I learned my lesson. But that's the end of the video, you guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this story time. But before we leave, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. I will be posting videos every Tuesday, and I probably be changing up my schedule very soon. So you guys probably be seeing more videos from me. But thank y'all for watching this video, and I love and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. But bye, it's your girl Shanti Era, and I'm out.